big breaking news coming in right now, and that is the Pakistan Army Chief and the Prime Minister of Pakistan are visiting Istanbul in Turkey. Remember, these visits of the Pakistani Prime Minister have been continuing, and he is trying to also make a diplomatic effort to garner some support. Asim, Munir and Shehbaz will hold meetings with Turkey ministers. Pakistan Army Chief and the Prime Minister, they met with the Turkey's defense minister, and it is also believed that a meeting with Erdogan is on the cards. For more on this, let's go across to India. Today is Pranay Upadhyay. Pranay, what is the agenda of the meetings that A, the Prime Minister is going there, B, why is a general accompanying the Prime Minister on a diplomatic meeting?
Clearly, Anjali, you could make out that who's the real boss, and this is definitely a high-level diplomatic and a political, visit from Pakistan to Turkey, and the role Turkey has played in recent India-Pakistan conflict. So now it is clearly evident that where Turkey stands and how they have played a crucial role, because there seems to be a gratitude visit by Pakistan's new Field Marshal and Pakistan's Prime Minister. And not only Prime Minister is also accompanied by Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar. So it's a high-level visit. Recently, post 10th of May, after the announcement of so-called cessation of firing between India and Pakistan, the Foreign Minister was sent to Beijing, and this is another high-profile visit from Pakistan to Istanbul. Let me confirm you this thing, that recently, just a while ago, President Erdogan of Turkey had a meeting with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan, and clearly this meeting has indications for India as well that Turkey has chosen a side, and definitely the way Turkey has played a role, especially in terms of the Turkish drones, which were largely being used by the Pakistani armed forces in launching attack against India. Especially many of the Turkish drones are still in an Indian captivity or were shot down by the Indian forces, be it Asis Guard Songer or be it Yeeha drones. All these drones, and even the Bayraktar drones, which were used by the Pakistani armed forces. But Turkey has recently emerged, Anjali, as a big military supplier for Pakistan. And clearly, this visit by Pakistan's Prime Minister and Pakistan's Army Chief is clearly an indication from Pakistan to acquire more arms from Turkey. So we must be watching it very carefully. I'm sure the Indian administration and the Foreign Ministry is also watching this visit very carefully, because what transpires in this meeting will have security implications for India.
Also, this diplomatic outreach by Pakistan is not being taken lightly by Pakistan. I mean, look at the diplomatic outreach of India. We are sending MPs, and there you see on your screens the visuals of PM Shehbaz Sharif touching down on Turkey himself. He also had a meeting with China, and now you can see a photograph as well of Erdogan meeting with the Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan on the left-hand side of your screens. There's that picture of the two leaders meeting. So clearly, Pranay, the attempt here is to engage at the highest levels. So there is definitely a very, very big diplomatic push from Pakistan, and they maybe require it and need it much more than India, because they are more isolated and they need that heavy weights behind them.
As I mentioned, Anjali, that Pakistan is undertaking this gratitude visit. Pakistan, if you could recall, that the kind of social media post made by Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, he thanked Turkey, he thanked China, he thanked Saudi Arabia, he thanked UAE, he thanked Qatar, he thanked the United States, he thanked a list of countries for playing a role. So definitely, Pakistan wants mainstreaming. Pakistan wanted, to find its own relevance, and this conflict gave them that kind of a relevance. As in, the many countries have reached out to them, and they are trying to seize this opportunity as building more bridges and more contacts. And undertaking this visit has clearly, a large ramification because. If you see the policy alignment of Turkey and Pakistan, we have seen that even during the previous government of Imran Khan, there was an alignment of Turkey and Pakistan. We have seen that in United Nations, we have seen in OIC, we have seen in many other groupings. Though if Turkey enjoyed good relations with India as well, but in this case, it has changed not only our perception about Turkey, because we reached out to Turkey. We helped the Turkey during the devastating earthquake. I was there at that time, and I have covered, Anjali, the way India reached out. India was one of the first responder in that humanitarian crisis. But what we received in return during this India-Pakistan conflict, Turkey played a role which actually helped Pakistan, and Pakistan, which has been harboring terrorists. We have urged recently, you would recall that the Indian Foreign Ministry in a statement clearly urged Turkey that if they have this much of influence on Pakistan, they should use their good office, their influence in persuading Pakistan to curb terrorists and
Right.
really act and deliver in terms of curbing these terrorists
Right.
and eradicating terrorism.
Right, Pranay. Thank you so much for all that detailed analysis. So clearly, Turkey, they're choosing sides very publicly.